Yo, I just want to quickly have a talk through some of the bits, not all, but most of the bits, the chunky bits for Livin' on a Prayer, Bon Jovi. So we start off, we don't get to do nothing, which is nice. Synth fades in, we hear ding, 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 a ding, ding, ding. And that's a clue to give us both the context of the phrase, but also to give us the context of the tempo. We hear ding, 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 and that's our quarter note. So we feel 1, 2, 3, 4. The first thing that we play is 3 and a 4 and, so it's going to be nice and proud. Boom, ding, ding. 1, 2. We hit a crash. We're straight into our, it's kind of built off of the $1 Million beat, but with a few extra bass drums that we bring in, especially over the bar line. So we hear 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, and that's kind of our 2-bar phrase that we'll hear. Watch out for some crash cymbals that come in on beat 1 there as well. And then kind of what we have is a little bit of a build up to this little fill, which is really snare, kick, kick, snare, kick, kick, flam, and then we're into the chorus. Now you can crash on both of these if you need to. Indeed, if you've got a second crash, absolutely go for it. But for me, you'll often just see me play the single. And then we're into the verse. So when we play that fill, it asks you to play it with the hi-hat as well, kind of loose. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Tommy used to work on the docks. And we have to make sure that we crisp up our hi-hat as well. Now we've got this little ander idea in most second bars of our verse. So he goes, Tommy used to work on the docks. 3, 4, Anna. And we play right left, because what we're really doing is we're keeping this going and we're sneaking a little left in there. Now, often when I play it, I'll actually bring my left hand up and play underneath. Alright, but for a song like this, you can absolutely alright, do something like that. And we alternate that phrase sometimes with an open hi-hat. Be careful for the difference between it being on 4, like 1, 2, 3, 4. And on the and of 4, which is a shorter one. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. Alright, so keep your eyes peeled for those. We come into the chorus. Gina, and then we see he says 1, 2, 3. Now when we hit that kick, snare, 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 she says we gotta, are the words. She says we gotta hold on. And then we're into our pre-chorus. Our pre-chorus is always kind of ended with this kind of rise to the chorus, where we have 1, 2, 3, we'll give it a shot. Alright, now if you struggle to read that rhythm, just remember the words there. We'll give it a shot. We just catch that phrase with our sticks. We hit a flam on beat 4, and we're into the chorus. In the chorus, we're up here on the bell of the ride, and when we play this bell, I would strike it kind of almost on a slightly sideways angle, with the chunky bit of my stick really grabbing the meaty part of the ride. If you can kind of hear versus. Right? And the big change from our verse to the chorus, not only are we changing sounds from hi-hat to ride, but we move to a quarter note based groove as well. So what we'll need to be able to do is do this and have some of our bass drums in particular sneak in the gap. 1, 2, and 3, 4. And if you're struggling to play this at home, what I would do is take away the ride cymbal first and play that whole section without any right hand part, without any ride or bell. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 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 Now, if you can do that and count the quarter note, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. What you're playing over here is just that count. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Etc. Now, keep in mind, from time to time, our good mate Tico will play 1, 2, and 3, 4. So he occasionally will match that rhythm that we play in kick and snare with the ride, but not every time. So be comfy in doing it both ways. Now, once we've worked our way out of that, that takes us through to the next verse, which is a rinse and repeat, a pre-chorus, which is a rinse and repeat, another chorus, and then we've just kind of got this long build-up. All right, and it's 2 bars long. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. We finish it with a flam because this is, of course, classic hard rock. And then the only big difference that happens is if you know of it, it's the key change when we go into a higher chorus. And what actually happens is we snip one beat off the end of the bar. So normally we play 2, 3, 4. We'll give it a shot. And we play a flam before we hit that crash. Leading into our last double chorus, we skip the flam and we take that beat out completely. And we play 1, 2, 3, 4, give it a shot. Oh, and then we're straight to the chorus there. So it's a weird bar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and a 2 and 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're into our last double chorus, and it's a dash to the end of the tune, essentially. Now, you'll see a couple of tricky fills down the very right-hand side of that page in the double chorus, and it's just because we're really wailing out of this chorus. We want to play something else a little bit more interesting. For the most part, I would say kind of, less is more in that section. It's got a fade out anyway, so we can leave a lot of those ideas. Indeed, if you're playing in your own band, you can play a lot of your own little fill ideas or something like that if you want to, but that's more or less the whole tune. And the number one thing that we're really going for is kind of our consistency of time, right? Our ability to stay almost robotically in time as we play so that all of our kicks and snares are nice and square rather than a little bit flammy or messy with some of our sounds. All right? You can have a look at the play along video separately. Enjoy. We'll see you then.